Today, you have the ability, if you desire, to actually touch the lives of 1 billion people, to make this world an extraordinary place.
By 2005, Kodak still looked pretty good in the industry until it didn't. And 55 years of growth are eviscerated in 5 short years. This is what happens when disruption strikes.
So living longer means potentially living a much better life, but we need to start planning now. For business leaders, innovators, policymakers, we need to think differently and think big about the future and how we can help.
You're going to have 3 fascinating days discussing the most exciting time in human history, our time. A time where digital technologies are disrupting the established order in government, in politics, and of course, in business.
So one of the really important things that we do at this conference is connect the dots. We deliberately bring together people from all different silos of business, government, community, and academia. We bring together different generations of people. There's chairpersons in the room of major global companies, and there's emerging leaders to come together to have what we like to call positive human collisions.
So we have this massive investment in technology. We have a massive capital market. All of us, but in particular our scientists, need to get better about becoming missionary entrepreneurs.
The answer to the question, will large institutions survive the digital age, is very simple. Some will and some won't.
Just think about it. In 30 years, women have gone from the kitchen to the boardroom, people of color from the woodshed to the White House, gay people from the closet to the altar. What's not to love about such a world capable of such transformations?
Leaders of the future, I think, need to be good at setting that overarching direction, but then creating a lot of space, creating an environment where there's a real positive energy, where people can take risks, can try things, and really can create an environment where they can grow, develop, and be the best that they can be.
Put yourself in harm's way. Mix with the wrong people, read more widely than you're used to, and give something or somebody in your organisation an unexpected and counterintuitive go.
They're all saying that automation and robots are going to cause permanent displacement of jobs.
I think the conference is amazing. I think what you get here is inspiration, but also the practical wisdom to actually use what you're learning, and to get this advice from all over around the world really just sparks new ideas for your own business, which is what it's doing for me.
The fact that technology is going to become very, very, very fast, it does not going to stop our higher needs.
Talking about a way of thinking about the world and about changing the world. It's not a matter of just analysing it, it's a matter of changing it. And that's why we live in perhaps the most exciting era in human history.
You can see some of these fabulous presenters on YouTube these days, but it's the energy that's in this room, it's the networks, it's the discussions, it's the provoking of the thinking as you're going through these sessions that really adds to the event itself.
I think the fact that we can actually connect with speakers, so we've got world-leading experts, and whether you're a delegate or you're here as a scholarship winner like myself, or you're another speaker as well, it's a way of really bringing people together.
And digital disruption has the potential to allow us to create a more educated, a more tolerant, a more egalitarian and connected humanity.
Hello, my name is George. I am a now robot. Swinburne University of Technology uses me for a variety of applications.
But innovation drove Israel's growth to a strong and stable economy and to be a global player.
And my agenda is to raise the digital capability and creativity of all Australians.
Look, I'm really loving it. There's a lot of compelling speakers, and more to the point, there's a lot of compelling speakers from around the world.
More and more people are enabled. And the only way, though, that we can deal with the disruption that technology brings is to fundamentally up our educational quotient.
Well, I think it's an opportunity to get out of the regular day-to-day environment, you know, to think about the future, challenge your thinking, challenge the way in which we frame our different problems. So refreshing is how I'd say it.
I think leadership's going to continue to evolve. For me, it's about active and visible leaders. We're going to have to fail more in order to innovate, so we're going to have resilience in our leaders.
Well, I think that it is sort of cutting edge, and you would expect something called, you know, creative innovation should be, but it really is.
I've been reminded about the exponential growth of and the rhythm of change we're facing, and which was a bit of a kick in the butt, saying that we need to take action straight away and tomorrow.
We live in a really magical time. We live in a time where there's so much opportunity around us to kind of disrupt and reshape and remap industries, or disrupt and reshape and remap our own businesses.
I've learnt by the astonishing number of people that have come to this event from all around the country and overseas that there's a lot of interest in innovation. People are recognising how important it is.
The biggest challenges we face are the challenges of change, and that is dealing with the changes that are happening to us, but more importantly, working out how we respond as organisations and individuals. And ultimately, organisations don't change, it's the people within them that do.
We're gonna take it back, way back into time.
There's increasing research to show that people behave differently on and offline.
So mindfulness isn't just paying attention, it's paying attention to the one moment of reality, this moment.
All of a sudden we're finding that the rate of exit is overtaking the rate of growth. New businesses are not growing at nearly the rate they were, and they're increasingly exiting. It's getting harder to get small companies going and growing, and that's a real challenge.
That's just one aspect of the way we as people are now grabbing our future and saying we want a direct role in running things that businesses have done before.
I'll take back a hell of a lot of information, which has been fabulous, but I'll also take back some inspiration from people and the way and the fluid way that people communicate with others. I think that's been my main take home.
I think it's the best so far. I think the quality of the speakers has been really, really good, and very technical, and I come here, as I always say to Tania, I come here to have my brain washed.